from your local election headquarters. The only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Well, thanks for being here for this week's edition of Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. Let's get straight to the political headlines across the nation's state and the big country. First, President Trump is celebrating a victory after the Supreme Court landmark decision to uphold the third version of the travel ban. The state of Hawaii, which led the challenge, has argued the ban was biased against Muslims. Angelica Alvarez has the latest from outside of the Supreme Court.
Protesters from coast to coast rallied on the streets Tuesday following the Supreme Court's decision to uphold President Trump's travel ban.
It codifies religious prejudice rooted in bigotry and will be viewed as a grave injustice.
The latest version of the policy, which took effect in December, applies to 5 mostly Muslim countries and also affects North Korea and Venezuela.
A tremendous success, a tremendous victory for the American people.
Writing for the conservative majority, Chief Justice John Roberts said the travel ban was squarely within the scope of presidential authority to protect national security and says nothing about religion.
We have to make sure that we vet people coming into the country. We know who's coming in.
The landmark 5-4 ruling divided the justices along ideological lines. President Trump's own nominee to the court, Neil Gorsuch, helped tip the scales.
It's un-American to do what has been done.
While Democrats were united against the decision, most Republicans defended it.
The court rightly concluded that the president has full constitutional and statutory authority to defend this nation. Justice
Sonia Sotomayor issued a scathing dissent in the case, saying the decision ignored President Trump's animus against Muslims. Previous versions of the ban were struck down by lower courts as illegal or unconstitutional. Angelica Alvarez, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
And the administration maintains that the countries on that list lack proper screening and security measures for people trying to enter the U.S. Now getting to our local impact, a local Texas game warden is sharing his story of what it's really like to work on the border and encounter those who are trying to make it illegally into the United States. While it's not what he signed up for, game warden the game warden says it's an experience that he will never forget. KTAB's Stacey Wormel has the story.
Texas game warden James Cummings normally oversees Taylor County. At least 12 times over the past 4 years, though, he's been to the Texas border.
We would deploy to the river and you know, do our main focus, public safety, and then our other things, you know, hunting, fishing, and water safety.
But also help keep the border secure.
We would assist Homeland Security, ICE, BP, with any detainees or anything like that. Any people coming over or loads of narcotics coming over, we would assist with that.
And while he says most of the people he encounters trying to cross were grown men and women,
I saw one girl as young as 18 months, and she was not accompanied with any family member. Another lady had been paid to bring her with her.
He says it's something happening a lot at the border that can lead to deadly consequences.
It's a huge safety issue. You'll have a 3-man rubber raft you can buy at a local sporting goods store, and they'll have 15 people in it. The coyotes, the human traffickers will jump in the water and, you know, swim that raft across, and then at the bottom, nobody in the raft can actually swim, and in that raft's an 18-month-old.
Even with a language barrier, Cummings says, along with other game wardens, they do their best to show compassion.
I bought water to hand to people. You know, your heart bled from that little 18-month-old girl. It just broke my heart.
But they still know they are there for a purpose.
You know, these people are trying to do things. They're trying to come to something they see as better, but then on the flip side, they're not going about the right process.
Which is where those working to protect our border have to step in. In Abilene, with coverage you can count on. Stacey Wormel, KTAB News.
And thank you, Stacey. Cummings also says the people he encountered, a lot of them were not from Mexico. They were from South America, even further south, trying to come into this country. All right, still to come on Big Country Politics. Children away from their parents on the border, not only on the border, but right here in our backyards. An in-depth interview next.